There you go. Okay. Hello. Is it streaming? I guess so. Didn't get any notification. Oh, I uninstalled Twitch. Okay, that's fine. Hello. Anyone there? Oh my god. Hello. Privet Drive, 10 Privet Drive. We're gonna go see Harry Potter.
Retrieve the port towed array, helm aye.
Oh boy, Op Area 4. Might need a new mouse pad. Seems kind of grabby. Very, very much as of late. 15 hours. 4 hours. Isn't that what Captain John's... What the heck's the captain's name from Titanic? They're like, oh, they'll be able to come help us in 4 hours. He's like, 4 hours? Alright, let's open the throttles to the stops. Buckaroo. How's the depth looking like? Oh, on that way. Okay, pretty good.
Make my depth 802 feet. Dive aye.
All ahead standard, helm aye.
I think I can flank right now.
All ahead
fine.
flank, helm aye.
So how's everyone doing on this fine Saturday? Oh, it's not really. No, there's a little sun. It's cloudy. It's rather humid. Rather humid here in the DC area. What else is new? And we gotta do some time lapse. Why does it always turn the audio off? I don't know. It keeps turning the audio off, but it's fine. Not a big deal. How are the levels? Are they fine? Looks like it could be a little loud. Yeah, it looks like that should be better. Hour 16, 75, 8 times speed. Take about 9 minutes or so. Yeah, watch out for that ostrich jacket there. Sound is good. Yeah, we had a crap ton of rain. We've been having a crap ton of rain recently. Like an insane amount. First part of the month was super dry and then super wet. Was I really running at like one course that whole time? Yeah, well, we were on the intercept track, that's why. Generally not good practice to be predictable as a sub. Oh, there goes one of my fans. I think it's the CPU fan in my computer case. Seems to rattle at a certain RPM range. And the way it's positioned right now, it's kind of hard to pinpoint that. Which fan is rattling, so I just gotta, I have to, because it's kind of like behind my desk. I have to bring it out to better hear which fan's rattling. It's annoying. Because I built it with like quietness in mind. It's rather quiet otherwise. Except when it's rattling, like right now, and I just hear like, that's a horrible impersonation, but you know what I mean. Dun 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 dun. Oh, dead air. I do not like dead air. Is that all the way zoomed out? The history dots don't seem as frequent in the TMA. No, they definitely are not. Man, we are really into that op area, pretty deep into it. How many T-lambs do I have? I brought 8. 2 for each target, so I'm very glad Ben put them on the link, because trying to get your missiles to hit just a coordinate with only minute precision. Degree, minute, second. A minute is like, you know, we're talking like plus or minus a mile. It's a lot of error. So, glad it's on the link. If you make a mission and you have T-lamb targets, put them on the link. There's just no point to not have it that way. This is an interesting little island. It's very flat right here. I don't know where the heck we are in the world. Indian Ocean. This is called Diego Garcia. I don't know that it actually is. Isn't Diego Garcia like a little archipelago or something? Doesn't really matter. I just like nitpicking stuff. Or Diego Garcia is more of like a little lagoon or something, isn't it? Hey, X fired. What the fuck? No. Aren't any surface ships around. Is one of these a surface-to-air missile? I don't think so. I think they're all buildings. Hey, Naum, didn't miss anything. Just started. We're in transit to Op Area 4. We started about here. About halfway there. Largest of 60 small islands comprising the Chagos archipelago. Very well. Thank you, Tengu. Ice thickness, darn tootin', 0 feet. Ooh, we should go to the surface and snorkel. We only have 6 shots worth of air left. Alright, make the give me standard. Let's go shallow.
Make my depth 195 feet. Dive I.
Layer is around 550 or 600. Pretty constant. I still need to make my my video telling with my formula for how far away the layer is. Would you guys want an actual formula you input numbers to, or would you want like a table form where you can just like look at a value and be like, okay, it's probably here? Because I can give both the formula and the table with a little bit of margin built in for safety. Table, okay. I'll make the table as granular as it needs to be. Maybe go for about tenth of a mile increments, because there's really no point in getting more precise than that. Maybe even fifths of a mile. Doesn't really need to be much more precise than that.
Helm I.
No, not 2/3.
2/3. Helm I.
Make my depth 0.
Oh wait, no, I want
7,
snorkel
1
depth.
feet. Dive I. Make my depth 0, 6, 5 feet. Dive I.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like a plan. We'll do ESM sweep. I think Ben's flying right now. I think he wanted to be here. Let me actually see. Let me message him, just make sure he wanted to be here for this. I will pause it for a second. That's hardly out of tune. Okay, I'm gonna stop. For some reason, my voice is not cooperating right now. Oh, he was.
All ahead 1/3. Helm I.
I was about to say it's very dark, but yeah, that makes sense. It's frickin' nighttime. It's the middle of the night. It's a storm. Oh my god, look at these roiling seas. That's gotta be Sea State 5 at least. That's a pretty big sea state. Is that the max you can do in the game is Sea State 5? I think maybe Sea State 7. In my internship, we did ship modeling, and I think the simulations went up to like Sea State 14, which is frickin' insane. Is that right? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. That was but a long time ago.
Raise the ESM mast, Chief of the Watch Eye.
Do 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 do. Not seeing anything. I know in recent versions they've been kind of, there's like a difference between periscope depth and ESM depth. You kind of got to get a little shallower before you can do ESM. I think I spurred them to do that because if you go to like periscope depth to like deploy seals, the way the radar mast antenna is modeled, like the radar, when an enemy plane or boat is looking for your radar, like for your periscope mast with like a radar, it's pretty much just hardcoded. Like once you're at a certain shallowness, regardless of whether you have a mast raised, you can get mast detected. But I was like, hey, if you gotta deploy seals, that takes 4 minutes, and there's no way to do it without being detected. So I think they made them shallower, so you can deploy seals without being radar detected. Not seeing anything.
Lower the ESM mast, Chief of the Watch Eye.
I guess might as well keep it up. Just no need not to. No reason not to. All right, ventilate.
Commence ventilating.
Hello, привет. Как дела? What's up, Round and Brown? Round and Brown. Are you a donut hole? I guess there are other things that are round and brown. I think a bird just flew by my windows like a flash of white. It's like, what the heck was that? Alrighty, we are good to
Secure
go.
ventilating.
Lower the ESM mast.
Lower the ESM mast. Chief of the watch eye.
765 feet, that's fine.
Make my depth 7.
Let's get outta here.
5 feet. Dive aye.
Let's say, I'll just wait till I get to OPAREA 4, but I'll have to save it again. Yes, there are. I did not want to go that far. Oh, hey, Tengu. Yeah, I might at some point. Never want to rule something out. What the heck is all that stuff? Are those countermeasures? Are those the internal countermeasure tubes? I've never noticed all those squares. I don't know. Are those, no, I don't think those are ballast tank vents. Too far aft. I'm not sure though. I'm not going to act like I know the Seawolf design. But never noticed that before. Alright, give me
All ahead 2/3.
2/3.
Helm aye.
I might as well just start speeding it up. We're just sitting around for
All
nothing.
ahead standard. Helm aye. All ahead full. Helm aye. All ahead flank. Helm aye.
When am I going to do Cold Water South China Sea? It's always confusing when I see CW and SCS in the same place, because I always think of sonarless combat simulations when I see SCS. Yeah, I'll need to do that soon. I guess I could probably do that after I do the OPAREA here. After this, I'm considering going back to Lawami, because I saw there's some kind of campaign for it. So I might go ahead and play that. Because there are campaigns for Aria, but none of them have been made recently. They're not necessarily tuned for the latest version. Kind of sick of playing broken stuff in Dangerous Waters. Just want it to work. I'm doing this lazy transit because I basically know that I can. But in operation, you should not be so lazy with your transits. Stop every 10 or 20 minutes and take a peek. But I know there's only people in the op area, so I'm being a little lazy. Lazy with the transit and just want to get it over with. Brought some pounds back from England for my Europe trip. They all have the queen on them. It's interesting because like the older coins and the newer coins, the profile of the queen is like, I guess I do one each time they make the coin, because I can tell she looks younger in this one. This 50 pence from 2000 or so, 2002, and then a pound from 2016. She definitely looks older on it. The queen! What the heck is going through the crown on the back? There's like a clover and a pineapple. No, that's not a pineapple, but it looks like a pineapple, some grass, and a flower. I don't know. I don't know British culture. Yeah, we'll flank up to this point. I think that'll be a good place to stop and kind of be a little more cautious. Because I'm expecting the best of the best in OPAREA 4 here, whether that's multiple contacts or a single, I mean, probably a Yasin, Severed Vinsk or whatever. Thistle? Thistle for Scotland? Okay. There is an RA RSR, but I'm not sure that I want to submit to Crazy Ivan's sadism. guess I could always do it again, because when I originally did the Red Storm Rising campaign, it was I was doing it in single mission form, because the campaign, I couldn't get past the freaking second mission in the campaign. The boat wouldn't surface. So when you do it in campaign form, the better you do in the earlier missions, the easier the campaign is. But if you play it in quick mission form, all the missions are like default to hard, because in Dangerous Waters, the campaigns can keep track of how you've done in previous missions. And if you go to Iceland and you stop the invasion, and then like stuff like that, like you don't have any backfires later when you're escorting a convoy, just have badgers. I actually had to cheat in one of those missions. That backfire mission, or the badger mission, they kept shooting before I could even shoot at them, so I cheated and made it so they shot later, so I could beat the frickin' mission. I'm like, I'm sick of this crap. I don't think I ever admitted that to you guys, but that was a long time ago. When did I do that? Was that did I start that in 2013? I think I started that January 2014, if I recall correctly. But yeah, that mission where you're escorting later and the backfires can come in to shoot you. If it doesn't have the knowledge that you prevented like the invasion earlier, that mission is like next to impossible. It's pretty much just gonna be a dice roll if you beat it. Because they fire outside the parry's max firing range, max surface to air missile range, which is based on the parry's fire control radar and not the range of the missiles. Because the parry can only engage up to 20 miles away, I think. And if you're talking about a supersonic missile, going what do those things go, like Mach 3, those freaking kitchens? I'm trying to do some calculation. My phone's being slow. There you go. 600 times 2.5. 1,500 knots divided by 20 miles divided by 1,500 knots gives you 0.013 hours times 60. No, that's not right. I did something wrong there.
Steady on course. 137.
Oh, maybe that's right. I don't know. 40 seconds. Wait, 80 times 48 seconds. Would a Mach 3 missile go 20 miles in 48 seconds? Maybe. That seems short, but it's quite possible.
All ahead 2/3. Helm aye.
All right, let's start. Commence the action. Is anyone able to verify that math for me? A Mach 2.5 missile takes 48 seconds to go 20 miles. That seems too short. Alrighty, stream that stab at
Stream
Toteray.
to starboard Toteray. Helm aye.
Where are we gonna first? Let's turn. Let's come this way.
Come right to course 182.
And
Helm
I guess
aye.
we should pop up. Let's go to 465 feet. Give me an even 505. That's fine.
Make my depth 505 feet. Dive aye.
I don't know. I don't remember how fast the kitchens go off the top of my head. Is it Mach 2.5 or is it faster? Mach 2.5. Let's just say ground speed. Well, Mach is always the same. It doesn't matter the altitude. The speed of sound is always the same in air. Does it change at higher altitudes, lower density? I thought it was a property of the material. Because I think in Dangerous Waters they just report ground speeds. I don't think they report air speeds.
Steady on course 182.
Alright, now I just need to look it up. Frickin' kitchen. Anti-surface missiles. AS4 kitchen. Speed. Mach 2.5 to Mach 3.5. Okay. Just assume Mach 2.5 ground speed. That's fine. That's all I really care about.
Stream the starboard towed array. Helm aye.
There's a little bit of this coffee left. Not sure I should have the rest of it. Hey, Matty Conrad, what's kicking chicken? We're just about good with this toad length here. All right, for this one, let's stay 10 for now. Give me south center. 38 seconds. Yeah, I guess that does sound about right. Thank you, Filipovich. Old Toothless, what's kicking? How's it going? Oh gosh, the coffee is having the desired effect, both up here and down here. What happens when I press XBT? You launch another probe to determine the sound speed profile. See, sometimes I notice this. Like, it says the layer is all the way down here, but the switchback point is right here. You can see it in the data. It's at 549 feet when the speeds stop increasing and start decreasing again. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I had been noticing that in my experiments. It seems like it's been getting worse as this mission's been going on. I don't know, it's weird. The layer should be here. It's where it switches back. I don't know. Maybe we should launch one.
Oh, drat these computers.
I keep thinking like something's like freaking out when that happens. Oh, drat these computers. Okay. Sonar is clear. Oh, I'm the sphere. Hello. Go to the toad, please. Thank you. Display center north. No, give me display center. I'm facing south. This makes more sense. For me, I find it helpful to actually put the little cursor here on the narrowband where I'm expecting to see a signal. So I'm not like looking like, oh, where's 15 here exactly? It just locks it down. Makes it easier for me to scan. Oh, these colors. Give me that frickin' black and green like the Akulas have. These colors. Alright, yeah, it's clear. Clear for now. It launches a little probe, yeah, that goes out The deeper you are, the longer it takes to do because it has to launch from your boat and then it goes to the free surface and then drifts back down and reports the data of the speed of sound. So if I should have done it back when I went to snorkel, but it's fine. Like if you were to launch it from like 1,200 feet, it would take forever because it has to go up and then come back down. But your boat also continuously updates it over time. I'm not sure what the point of launching it fresh per se is when it updates continuously over time. The manual might have some more light to shed on that issue. 1.261 miles per minute. Okay, so yeah, that sounds about right then. 1.261 minutes. Oh, okay. No, the probe does not return to the sub. I'm not sure how it communicates the data to the sub. It probably has a wire or something. Am I excited for the Hunter-Seeker movie? It looks decent. I'm not gonna lie. The video I made was funny, yes. But it does look interesting. I will definitely be seeing it. I'll probably do a review of it after I see it. I have to try and rope someone in to have someone else to talk to about the review. So I'm not just staring at a camera and being like, "Oh, this is what I thought." But yeah, I'm definitely going to see it. When does it come out? October 26th or something? All right, well let's head in. I guess we'll just head straight in. And then I'll adjust course from time to time to move our towed blind spot.
Come left to course 140. Hell my.
$1,900 miles per hour. Okay. Yeah, I approximated the speed of sound as 600 nautical miles. Or 600 knots, so I just did 600 times 2.5, which is 2,100 knots. No, sorry, 1,500 knots. And then I did 20 divided by 1,500. 20 nautical miles divided by 1,500 knots gives you hours. Then I multiplied it by 60 and got less than a minute. Oh, 31.71 miles per minute. Okay, yeah, so it is about 48 seconds then. 40 seconds. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah, it's quick. So yeah, once that kitchen gets within firing range of the Perry, you got
Steady on course.
less than a minute to dispatch that thing. So that's hard enough for one. Then he's throwing like 2 or 3. Forget about it. Game over, man. And that Sea Whiz is freaking useless against it. Oh, 40 miles, okay. But yeah, and then if you're dealing with a subsonic, you got 3 times as much time. You got about 2.5 minutes. 40 times 3. Or about 2 minutes. Around 2 minutes for a subsonic, so much more time. Much more time to deal with them. I've not played as the Perry in a while. The most fun Perry mission I've done is probably still the South Korea campaign mission, where you have to like shoot the little missile boats and then you got to go after the midget subs. That's probably the most fun Perry mission in dangerous waters, at least in my opinion. That one's pretty fun. Not dealing with any supersonic ridiculousness or anything. The North Korea mission where you're like running point for a surface action group that has like Burks and Tycons in it, and why a Perry is running point for that, I don't know. But that one can be tough just because you're all the way out there and they can smother you with some missiles. But it's not too bad. I should be speeding up time. If we're going to speed time up, we might as well just lower my speed so I'm not running into anyone by
Make
accident.
turns for 7 knots. Maneuvering I.
Could have some kind of crazy diesel sub here, some kind of crazy nuke sub. I got no idea. You definitely do need Aegis. Parry not built for that. Parry can deal with subsonics decently, but supersonics, like, forget about it. Forget about it. Am I dropping any frames? No, okay. The game looked like it was going a little slow there for a second. Kind of stuttery.
Come left to course 127. Hell my.
Let's keep a waypoint there, and
Come
I can
left to course
deviate from that
126.
waypoint.
Hell my.
Yeah, Harpoon's fine. If you're shooting missile boats or surface submarines, Harpoon's fine. It should technically be harder to detect than a TASM because it is smaller. Harpoon's much smaller than a Tomahawk. But I'm not sure how much that matters in this day and age. But yeah, you're not going to have any luck attacking like a Kirov with a Harpoon. Unless he's focused on something else and you sneak up behind him and launch it like nearly minimum fire range. But even then, he'll just start raining down stallions on your head.
Steady on course 126.
No, there is no mod to make the Burke playable. Old Toothless. The RI guys have said to me that they made an Udaloy playable, but they're not going to make any other server ship playable. It's a lot of work. And the Arleigh Burke, or like a Tycon, has much more of a mission than the Parry does, because the Burke and Tycon have also a fleet defense mission, and that's not really modeled to full fidelity in this game, so those areas would be lacking. It's honestly beyond this. Aegis and all that's like beyond the scope of this game. I don't think the Aegis is really modeled particularly, or modeled really at all in this game. At least I haven't experienced what seems to be an Aegis kind of response to. I've modeled like backfires against Tycons, and they don't really go ridiculous. Even with like Hawkeyes on the link or something, E2C Hawkeyes, like those things should start going crazy and just launching SAMs like trying to shoot down those missiles, but no, they don't do too much. The game's about Dangerous Waters is a game about anti-submarine warfare, which is what the Parry was designed for, and tangentially has some anti-surface and anti-air capabilities. So the Burke and Tycon's mission is out of the scope of the game because they got fleet defense. But if they were to make a game on that new engine of theirs, Sonalis that is, looks like they could definitely model like some Burks and Tycons. They were showing a lot more, in the world above the seas kind of stuff. Yeah, Aegis would just start going crazy. Just popping missile tubes and just going like launching out a crap ton of surface to air missiles. Is it going where I told it to go? 1, 2, 6. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, we're not even in the frickin' area yet. That's fine. We'll be cautious. Cautiously cautious. We'll stick to 7 knots. Oh, I thought the game just froze for a second. I was about to lose. Oh, I wanted to save. I wanted to save, so I wouldn't have to go through all that crap again. At Op Area 4. Commence. I want to make it sound like I'm not just here, but at the start of Op Area 4. That's a more concise way to say it. I like to use big words off the bat. Like, commence Op Area 4. When start is completely fine. I was about to say completely sufficient, which would have just been... I should have said that, because that would have been funny. Aegis. It's pronounced Aegis. Aegis. Yes, it is really pronounced Aegis. That AE is supposed to be like drawn together. In British English, I've noticed they write it that way, but in America we just separate the A and the E. But the A and the E are supposed to be like tied together. It's like a Greek thing. Because Aegis is like is that like the Spartan armor or something like that? The Spartan shield? Aegis? Something like that. It's a Greek mythology term. I don't even know really mythology, history, Greek history term. Aegis. The E diphthong. Sure. That's what you call it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Aegis. But yeah, I used to think it was like Aegis for the longest time, but yeah, it's Aegis. Yeah, back in the heyday of Greece. Is that like the Troy times? Troy. With Brad Pitt? Is that when they had Brad Pitt? I guess I should zoom in further even. We're just looking for a first frequency. Sonar is clear. There you go, A-Rock. That's the thing I'm looking for. The little Aegis diphthong. Is that what? I'm 10. Diphthong is funny. Oh, is that how you're really supposed to spell feces? With that, I guess that makes sense. It's the same sound as Aegis. We've come full circle to poop. Back to poop. I've been scanning the narrow band all the livelong day. I've been scanning the narrow band till my eyes have melted away. Something, I don't know. Can you hear the pings a-ringing? Fire control, launch that tube. I don't know, just being silly. I'm scanning intently. We're still not quite in the op area yet. Hello, Fifi. Switch back this way.
Come right to course 171. Hell my.
A fleet of tangos on batteries. Yeah. A tango against a seal, that's an interesting enemy. It could still be kind of quiet, but then it would also be deaf. So it's like... They'd just be derping around as I like pick them off. There's a Japanese playable sub in RA, isn't there? The one like Harushio. Can you play as the Harushio or like the newer one? I want to check now because I'd want to make some more like maybe Chinese and Japanese missions or Japanese and Russian missions. Those are always, it's always interesting to switch it up, not just have U.S. versus Russia all the time. Japan. Yeah, Harushio is the playable one. They have Oyashio as well. One of these is like the newer one. I think the Oyashio is newer than the Harushio. And there's the Yushio. I'm sure these are quite quiet boats. See, this has more of like that ideal shape that like the skipjack had. Very low drag shape. Very low. Very low. Who knows what the heck speed, what opponents in here, what speed they're creeping at. Who the heck knows? Maybe we should even be more cautious and just be going at 5 knots. Because if someone's really creeping, we could stumble upon them. Even though our sonar's better, we could end up hearing each other at the same time. Let us do the Uber conservatism.
Maneuvering eye.
And we'll go super slow. And creep. Creepy creep. Creepy pasta. Yeah, Type 212. Crazy German boats. Good boats to have on your side, though. They'd make any push out of the Baltic Sea. Yeah, any push out of the Baltic Sea tricky. Those things are tiny, dude. Those Type 212s are so small. Like next to an Akula. Like it's like, it must be a quarter of the displacement at least. At least a quarter of the displacement. Or at most, rather. It's like half the length, half the diameter. So small. Don't the Germans have a rocket torpedo in this game? A la the Squall. Yeah, the Barracuda. Carries 12 torpedoes or 6 harpoons. And or 6 harpoons. I've never played as this thing. I think they use the US interface. I think generally they've kept the US and Russian interfaces to traditional East versus West countries. But the Type 212 has a nuke interface. You don't have to charge. It's because it's AIP in real life, so they assume in the course of a battle you won't have to charge the batteries. So you don't have to. There's no battery limit in a battle on a 212. Same with what is it? What's the Lada, the Russian diesel boat, the Russian AIP boat they have in the game as well. That thing is deadly. But maybe they gave it. They may have the Russian. The Type 212 may have the Russian interface. I'm not sure because the Lada has a towed array, which the Type 212 probably has, but the Lada only has 2 trackers, so it's kind of like. I mean, it's definitely good from a balancing perspective that it only has 2 trackers, because otherwise that thing is ridiculous. Like, diesel quietness with a towed, and I think it can carry squalls. Yeah, it's quiet out here, alright.
Come left to course 127. Helm aye.
I guess there could potentially be something under the layer. We can check it out. 600 is sufficient.
Make my depth 605 feet.
Steady on
Bye-bye.
course. 127.
Seawolf interface, very well. I guess they can adjust the number of trackers because I think the Seawolf has like 8 trackers per sensor. They gave it 8. So that the Type 212 may only have 2 trackers per sensor. A la the Lada. But I'm pretty sure the Seawolf and Virginia have 8 trackers per sensor. I know the Seawolf does. The Virginia, I think it does as well. I would expect it to. I wonder in real life how many boats... The boats probably have a crap ton of trackers, given modern computing power. Oh, and the Lada also has the Kilo fire control, so the Lada can reload tubes in 2 minutes. Compared to 9 for the US boat. Dry reload, that is. Or empty reload. Oh yeah, they're slow. I don't think the Lada goes any faster than 20 knots or something. Yeah, Lada 21 knots. It's about par for the course. The generators probably don't have enough. It's either something like the generators don't have enough capacity to discharge that much energy, or it will just drain the batteries so quickly, or they just don't care, because that's not the diesel's game. Is speed. It's not the speed is not the diesel's game, so there's no point designing for that. Because as you increase speed, your power demands go up quadratically or cubically even. What is it? Speed is related to power cubed. Your max speed is related to power cubed. So you need so much more power to go faster as you keep increasing top speed. So say if your top speed was 20 knots and you wanted to increase your top speed to 30 knots, you would need a lot more power. You need 900 divided by 400. You would need like over twice as much power to go from 20 knots to 30 knots. Like almost 2.5 times as much power. Still quite clear, but we're barely in the area. It's fine. It's gonna take a little bit. 3 hours, 180, 195. It's gonna take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get to the center here. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that for the purposes of this discussion. Just talking on the very basic. Theoretical level. Back to going against the sub. We've been going against the surface ship for so long. It's a different approach. It's always at one depth. Louder, you can hear from further away. Subs are a different game. Oh, yeah, how the shields work there, Sean Connery. Yeah. Yeah, seals and gaskets is an interesting part of engineering. It is quite interesting indeed. It's all about friction and clamping force and lubrication, which is friction. The opposite of friction, basically. Not really the opposite of friction, but bearings and all that kind of stuff, yeah. Oh, it's interesting. As it's just sitting here when I'm time lapsing, it's kind of chunky, but as I scroll this, it gets smoother. Things you notice. Yeah, it's quiet out here, Johnny. Alright, yeah, it's quiet.
Come right to course 150. Helm aye.
Oh, keep switching this up here. Yeah.
Steady on course 150.
Hello, that's me. Verifying the sonar still works. Yes, indeedy. I wonder if this mission should have biologics in it. I don't know. False contacts, biologics. I keep searching. You only need to search one side because of the nature of how the toad works. Oh, what is this? Is some old area circle, some range circle from the previous encounter. That was either the range of the layer ending or his maximum. I think I changed it so he had the layer ending range and I had the minimum stallion range put on me. I don't quite remember. Oh, I finished it. I keep taking a peek outside and I gotta stop it. It ruins my vision for a few seconds. Oh, we're searching for enemy subs. Searching for enemy subs. It'll be boring until it's not. Oh, we're still under the layer, dude. What am I doing? Good lord. Forgot about that. Go up.
Make my depth 505 feet.
Lost some
Dive
situational awareness for a bit there. But no, we were searching beneath the layer too, but I only wanted to stay down briefly. I like how it still reflects like where the general sun is. Off that way. Yeah, that makes sense. Sun rises in the east. It is going to be starting to get kind of light out soon here in this mission. Is that a red sky at morning? Sailor's warning? Oh no. In my experience, there's definitely a difference between short time and intermediate interval on the broadband, but in my experience, I have seen no difference between intermediate and long. There's definitely a difference between short and intermediate, but I personally have never experienced a difference between intermediate and long scale. I usually stick to intermediate. It's fine for my purposes. I think my depth totare is still out of whack, yeah. It is clear. Still clear. After we do this, gotta launch the tea lambs. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour. Already been an hour. Hey, this guy's wearing a wire. Take him out. By the time this ends, this mission will probably have gone on for at least a day of game time. It's been a long one. What am I coming up to? Like part 13 on YouTube? And each one's been like... Well, the earlier ones I uploaded the full stream, so... And then I've redone some of them a few times, so... Oh, what the heck? That looks like a trend, but I don't think it is. That could be. No, that definitely looks like something. It doesn't seem to be there anymore. Oh no, hell, there it is. Hello.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 250.
Oh, we've been holding that bad boy for a while now. Over 10 minutes. Very faint. Hello.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 049.
Oh my gosh.
Designated Sierra 30.
That is interesting. What is my course right now? 150. Alright, let's just resume to the center. Resume waypoint follow. My guess would be this guy. That's what I'm going to put money on. And we're seeing them all in the broadband. That's the weird part. That's the weird part to me, seeing them on the broadband. It seems way too weak to be seeing them on the broadband at this point. Hey, what do we got here? We got 50... 220-ish. Let's check this frequency sheet. 5220. That's like surface yourself. It's like surface stuff. Is that 220? Yeah, it's around 220. 205 would be all the way over here, which is where like most of the submarines are. Yeah, that's too far off. 220. It's like surface stuff. This ain't a surface ship. It's too quiet. Well, I mean, the fact that it's showing up on broadband, I don't know. Isn't the frequency sheet missing some things? Oh yeah, someone in Discord posted an updated frequency sheet a while back that was missing stuff. Might have to go looking for that. Doesn't the reference list everything? Narrowband frequency profiles. (220) 6,000 to 9,000 tons. Oh, okay. 205 9,000 to 12,000 tons. ESM. Yeah, it's possible, but probably silent. If they're not pinging, they're not emitting radar. That's just how the game works. It's kind of one of those things that you can just know. Frequency string 3, subnuke 325. That'll be the kicker. Is what frequency string 3 says. Do they not have a full listing of all the frequencies? I thought they did. Oh, they have a full listing of all the abbreviations. Okay, that's fine. Let me open up Discord for a second here, because someone did post an updated frequency sheet with all the ones that were missing, and I'm going to try and find that real quick. Because Discord has great searching functions. In Dangerous Waters frequency sheet. Oh, RGR was the one. Very well. Let us download that. Enable editing. Let's see here. Seems to be sorted. All right, let's check this out. 5220. 5220. Oh, that's a lot of... Oh my god. Okay, so submarine types. We got Type 93 China, Type 93G China, and Yasin. So this could very well be a Yasin. Not seeing 3. Just do. Alright, let's keep an eye on the frickin' nav map. See who's gonna be moving here. On the left. Yep. Or, well, left side of the screen is really the starboard contact. Sayonara, sucker. Sierra 30. Well, and all these 220 guys, all of them have a TPK of 8 for what it's worth, just about. Some of them, one has 7, two have 9. The Yasin has 9. 8 or 9. It's good enough for rough purposes until we get a better classification. Since we have them on, well... We were seeing them on broad, or we were seeing something on broadband. I'm not sure we are anymore. But, okay. Track Sierra 30. Oh, rulers all the way over. Can you move, please? Come this way. Assume a speed of 5. Standard speed. Excuse me. I'm gonna say close. Closey close. Yowza, we'll say that for now. The tow data has some noise in it. We did just turn. It's gonna be hard to tell when that data comes back to being good. Oh, taking back to 20 minutes, please. Sub. Hostile. Get a cross bearing. Yeah, might as well wait for the tow to straighten out a little bit here. Get some data while we're doing it. Okay, there's the turn data. We are close to this boyo. Its signal's decent. Signal is decent. Let's get stuff lined up on our dude here. Port tubes. Or port the odds? I can never remember. It's easier to tell in the LA because it's stacked vertically. If I assume top to bottom, left to right, then yeah, the odds should be port. English style of reading, top to bottom, left to right. Okay, toe is straight. Oh my gosh. Oh, hello. Oh, that's the wrong one anyway. This is the one I want to have the tracker on. Hello. TPK 8, 6 knots. TPK 9, 5 knots. Okay, I'm going to assume TPK 9 because 5 is a nice even number. No, I don't want to share it. That means Yasin or Type 93G. Oh, they have the same third frequency and basically the same fourth frequency and basically the same fifth frequency. Get this. Third frequency is the exact same. Fourth frequency for the Yasin, 1234. Fourth frequency for the Type 93G, 1236. Fifth frequency for the Yasin, 1954. Fifth frequency for the Type 93G, 1956. TPK 9 for each. Number of blades, 10 for each. The only differentiating factor is active frequency. 2200 for Yasin and 3600 for Type 93G. So I will never know which one I'm going up against until I sync one. But it's probably fair to assume that a Yasin is much quieter than a Type 93G. But isn't a Type 93... Ooh, hello. Oh, shit. He's launching stuff. Okay, let's get ready to frickin' skedaddle.
All ahead standard. Hell my.
We got a snapback. Alright, fire tube 1.
Launch tube 1. Aye, sir. Retrieve
hello.
the starboard towed array. Hell my. Torpedo in the water. Bearing.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's fine. Oh my god, he got me with another one. Oh, I still got time-lapse going, that's why. Son of a gun.
Radio antenna has failed.
I gotta be able to do anything with that. 95%. When is this tube set to turn on? Should turn on soon. Oh, he got me. He licked me up. I'm pretty sure that's a Yasin then. That is a tight battle. So very quiet, so very apt. But we got a torp out. Got one of them out. Just a flesh wound. Yeah. I was wondering what the heck was going on. The time lapse was still up. I guess I had time lapse. I paused it out of time lapse, so it's still going crazy. Oh, come on, Torp, do me good. If we sink this guy, I'll just go to the launch basket from here. Oh, we just need to run away.
Come right, course 173, Hell my. All ahead 1/3, Hell my.
Completely dicked. Yeah, they were squalls. They were squalls. Oh, hello. Torp is turned on. What are the presets on that thing? Set to run at 271 feet. So far, it seems like he's... Oh, it's turning. Did I launch it beneath the layer? I don't think I did. We're so close anyway that... Well, figuring out sub versus sub Shadow Zone is a much more complicated topic. But, oh man, look at that turn. Okay, that's a circle. He went through a countermeasure field. Yeah, they obviously went behind me or something. I'm still not a fan of how squalls are currently modeled, but that's a topic for... I guess that can be a topic for now. Got time to kill. A conventional warhead would have to be pretty close to get to do any damage. I think they're currently modeled like they hold small nukes. Coming out of countermeasure field. Return into base course or... Oh. Okay, seems to be locked onto something. That's a sharp turn. Sharp turns are good signs.
173.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, not as sharp of a turn as I thought. Okay, looks like it went through another countermeasure. Are we going to do it again? I don't know. I think the whole point of it is so that it doesn't... Especially if you strap a nuke onto it, it doesn't really need guidance. It just needs to go out and just kind of get close to something. Like given its max range and its speed and the blast radius of a small nuke. Just needs to go in the general direction. But if you were to arm it with conventional warheads, it would need some form of guidance. What was the base course? Yeah, about 4-3. Okay, looks like he may have spoofed the torp. So we're just going to try and run away then.
Come right to course
Lick our wounds.
5, Hell my.
Maybe we should just even be all stop.
All stop, Hell my.
Just wait for repairs. He's out there somewhere. Oh, I haven't yet to see what this model looks like. Let's take a look. It's very red. Is that the Lawami model? That looks like a Lawami model. Or a Lawami skin. I don't know. It wouldn't have that silver, though, would it? The Yasen has a spherical array. The silver stuff is for, like, the cylindrical arrays, isn't it? Because they sit beneath the torpedo tubes. The Yasen has a spherical sonar. And off-axis torpedo tubes that come out midships. I don't know. Well, there's the vertical tubes. $139 meters. Thing's decently long, isn't it? Like 400 some feet. What the heck is that? Oh, 139.2 times 3.2808. Yeah, 457 feet long. Ish, somewhere around there. 460 feet. It's a big boat. 13-foot beam. Yeah, it's about the same as a Seawolf and Akula in that neighborhood. Oh, here it says TPK of 7. This frequency sheet says TPK of 9. Yeah, he shook the top. He shook the top there. What's gonna get repaired first? When do these tubes get frickin' repaired? Countermeasure tubes, 13 minutes. Starboard towed, 2 hours. Rudder, 70 minutes. Stern planes, 2 hours. Forward tubes, an hour. Forward port tubes. Forward starboard tubes, 2 hours. Isn't that kind of like the same damage I got against that Kirov a long time ago? Port towed array, 2 hours. Son of a gun. Compressed air damage, an hour. Active intercept, nearly 2 hours. High freak. We got a high freak in 16 minutes. Sphere sensor, an hour. Oh boy. So we're just going to be chilling here for a while.
Steady on course, 205.
Which weapon system I was talking about? Skval. Well, the Yasen is a very new boat. I mean, I've been hearing him for a while. I think it was fair to say he would have been hearing me. I can't even look at my history, but I've been tracking him for almost 30 minutes, probably. So I think it was fair to assume that he could be hearing me. Should have slowed down even more. Should have slowed to 3 knots. But I was surprised to see him both on broadband and narrowband. That was what was getting me. Because usually sub-contacts, you don't see him on broadband and narrowband at the same time with only like 2 narrowband frequencies. But I was basically saying, if the Squalls are in-gamer model with conventional warheads, they should be almost useless. Maybe give you a little glancing damage every now and then. It would basically have to be a direct hit with a conventional warhead to do significant damage to you. Based on like some figures I've seen that kind of show correlations between like distance from explosion and the size of the warhead. And like what kind of levels of overpressure correspond to what kinds of damage. And these things can really hurt you from like several boat lengths away. So that would, based on those figures that I saw, that would correlate more to a much bigger warhead, a la a small nuke. Stalinium and Putinium. Poutine. I guess I could make a little video even talking about the squall stuff. But I think it's kind of in the game as like a balancing thing. Because in the stock game, the Russian boats really kind of pale in comparison to the U.S. boats, so they got the standoffs and the squalls. Alright, I guess we might as well just time-lapse. I could die all of a sudden, suddenly, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find me at this point. Man, it's going to be a while before anything really comes back online. ESM, radio, countermeasure, snorkel. I wish, like, you could just... I wish it would, like, be in ascending order of just, you know... what's going to take how long to repair, how much time is left, because it really doesn't... That would be more useful to see, like, a lot, like, the live... how much time there's left. Floating wire, propellers... Oh, our rudder's busted, so we're still kind of drifting right. Making like a hole in the water. I wonder if I should just restart this engagement. 95%. All these systems are down forever. There goes the torp finally. I can get rid of that waypoint. Ain't doing nothing. Yeah, see, 300 meters behind you. Yeah, that's very far. A conventional explosion at that distance, you wouldn't expect to do too much. They're on subsim somewhere. Some thread on subsim. I'll have to go digging for it. Alright, yeah, let's just restart then. I'm going to blurt this out. Yeah, right, Christopher. 100 meters? Okay. It's about a boat length. Oops. End mission. Saved emissions. Oh, I can unblur it now. Alrighty, in we go. I'll be right back. I don't know why I'm doing Jurassic Park theme. That's a good movie. That's probably why. All right, I thought about it in the bathroom. I could speed lapse a little bit, but I shouldn't be going 8 times. Things are going to happen. The margins of error are very slim here. Oh, I wish I could make this frickin' game bigger, but it doesn't like you changing resolution because it's dumb and old. Yep, they ingress through the torpedo tubes. I'll speed lapse 8 times till I get inside the circle, then we'll just do 2 levels of acceleration. The max range of the Vlad is 7 miles. That I know. And then you want to cascade down from that. So the good way to remember which ones you want to use is so you go from shortest to longest name. So you go Vlad, Diefar, Diecast. That's the order you want to use them in. In the default game, there was almost no point in using the Vlad, because in the stock game, Vlad and Diefar both detected the full spectrum of frequencies, but in RA, Vlad only detects low frequencies, so like 50 or 60, your first frequency. And then you got to use Diefar, which has a shorter range but can detect the full spectrum to narrow in. So that was a good thing that RA guys did to make you have to actually really use those Vlad sonobuoys, because otherwise you could just use Diefars the whole time, basically. And then Diecast, you want to use it at the last second. When you got a pretty good idea where the sub is, you want to throw out a Diecast and let off a ping or two and just get that localize. And then use your weapon and engage them mercilessly with haste. Maybe I should be a little more careful. Oh shit, there it is. Hello. Okay, so we are actually seeing him right now. I was just being very swishy-swashy. Tracker, a sign.
Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 115. Designated Sierra 29. Con sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 162.
I'm assuming this is him, but we'll just be prudent and we'll maneuver and verify.
Come right to course 183. Hell my.
Oh, you're welcome. So the max range is 7 miles. So to like get the optimal coverage, is it 7 miles? It might be 10 miles. I think it's 10 miles actually. So what do you actually want to do to, like, if you draw a bunch of circles on a map? I can do it right now. So if their max range is 10 miles, you actually want to drop them at 7 miles. Seven miles apart from each other, so you get full coverage. Otherwise, there'll be gaps. So you want to, I'm pretty sure the max range is 10 miles, then you want to drop them like every 7 miles. So that way there's no gaps in the coverage. If I draw it again with 10 miles between them all, there will be gaps. Oh, sorry, that's 20 miles between them. Sorry, that's the wrong distance scale there. So there won't necessarily be gaps in coverage, but if you just bring them in a little tighter, because if something's kind of towards the edge of this, it's going to be harder to detect, obviously. So do them like 7 miles apart, and you'll get good coverage. But yeah, I think the max range is actually 10 miles, and then 7's like a good spacing for them. And of course, it doesn't have to be a square pattern like that. It could also be like a hexagonal pattern, like triangular pitch. Those are some weird boobs. Hey, you're welcome. I know way too much about this game.
Steady on course. 183.
I've been playing a decent bit of DCS lately, and everyone else I hang out with has been seeming, not to toot my own horn, but like Dangerous Waters is a game I know like way more than anyone should know about. So when I play like DCS, I'm like, it's daunting to imagine having to get to that level of knowledge. It's like I've already gotten to that level of knowledge. It's called Dangerous Waters. Where the heck was that boat at? Man, that's faint. But there he is. I was not being prudent enough with being careful about my scans. I was looking... The fast scan is fine if you're looking for a noisy contact, but you gotta go slower if you're looking for something quiet. Someone is vacuuming. I don't know if you can hear that. Doesn't look like it. It's barely registering on the mic. It's like very down low, like the minus 60, minus 55 region. Yep, see you later. Sierra 29, hello. We meet again. Oh, probably further than that, huh? What's max? Oh my god, dude. That you might be able to hear. Someone obviously just like stood the vacuum cleaner up and is just sitting there like vacuuming one patch while I do something. Let's see. We'll do 6 miles. That's Squall range. Is that Squall range? So whatever solution we get, we should probably launch it by that point. Dude, that frickin' vacuum cleaner. Torpedo rockets. Squall. Range 7 to 10 kilometers. 5.3 miles. 6 miles modeled in game. Maybe they should drop that range off. Okay, so I put it at 6 miles. Yeah, P3 is pretty good. Pretty good stuff. It's tricky though, because in game the P3 can be kind of OP, but that's because the nature of in game, like you kind of end up knowing where a sub is. Like in real life, it's gonna be more or less like we have no idea where anything is, or if anything's even out there. There's also that too in the game. Like you know something's gonna be out there, so it kind of that's most of the battle. It seems like. The fact that you know where something is and it's probably going to be in this area makes it much easier for the P3 and the Helo pilots. Let's get some tubes marked up on this dude. In case we need to go crazy. It is a very big ocean. This world is 70% water. Water. I don't know why I've been pronouncing that T hard in water recently. I usually say water, like a softer T, because I'm from Baltimore. That is one of the faint. That's a faint signature right there, dude. That's a faint signature. The way they model it makes it easier to see because it's black. It should really, like, no signal should be, like, very weak signal should be like the same color as this background and then grows. It should be much harder to see than just being black or very close to black, because that just makes it stand out. Like, it should start out as the same color as the screen and then work towards this orange or whatever. Like, if it's when it starts at black, it's easy to see it at first. It kind of just pops up. It's like, oop, there it is. Boat. Just making sure we can't see him on the broadband. So the fact that we were seeing him on the broadband basically meant the jig was up last time, because that means you're getting very close if you can see him on the broadband. How is playing as the Hilo? It's fine. It's like a P3 except much slower. Many fewer sonobuoys. Many fewer sonobuoys. And many fewer sonobuoys. Less weapons, but you have a dipping sonar and you can hover in place. The dipping sonar is good because it's better than sonobuoys. But the P3 is great. You got all those sonobuoys. You can have 10 torpedoes. You can zip zop, zooty bop, get around places really quickly. It's good fun. Alright, what's our boy doing here? If we're assuming constant course and speed, could we really be detecting him from that far away? I guess anything's possible. We'll hold this course for a little bit and then we'll cock back this way. Try and nail it down here. I mean, I guess if he's going 5 knots, yeah. Because honestly, before I changed course, we're dealing with like maybe 2 or 5, like 2 down here, maybe 3 up here, solid points. It's very weak. We need to run at this bearing for a little longer here. Big boy Yasin. This is my first time playing against one of these things, and they are pretty deadly. I find it interesting that the first one didn't even have a pump jet, still just had a normal propeller. Do subsequent ones have pump jets? Because the Lada has a pump jet. Seal's got a pump jet. Virginia's got a pump jet. Trafalgar had a pump jet long ass time ago. Or at least after. Well, the first Trafalgar just had a normal prop. It wasn't later backfitted with a pump jet. I know the rest of them had pump jets from the get-go. Or at least, there's a difference between a pump jet and just a shroud. Like, the pump jet has a reducing... It goes from, like, wide to narrow. Whereas the shroud is just, it's the constant diameter. Yeah, Red October did in the book. The ones in real life have shrouded propellers. I don't think they're pump jets. But the ones in real life have shrouds, and I think that's just to keep ice off the propellers and stuff. To protect the propellers. It's not really... I don't think they're pump jets in real life. Because the pump jet has, like, different propeller designs, too, than, like, an open propeller. I'm going to go grab some water. How's this solution looking? Where's our boy? Hey, where's your boy? Give me a ping, Vasily. One ping only, please. But, Captain, give me a ping, Vasily. One ping only, please. Oh, working on the Red October video is a joy. Just making me learn the movie even more intricately than I already do. Alrighty, we're probably just about ready to come back across on this Broheim. Are we really detecting him from this far away? It seems like it, assuming that speed. That's what the solution's telling us. And good, we're not seeing him yet on the frickin' broadband like last time. I think 6 is good. Let's come back across.
Come left to course 063. Hell my.
I'll have to also examine Shadow Zone when it comes to going against submerged targets. I would think... So you would think... as the layer gets shallower, the Shadow Zone gets closer. So if you're underneath the layer and the submarine you're going against is just barely above the layer, the Shadow Zone should be very close to them, like a few tenths of a mile is where the Shadow Zone should start. So the only issue with trying to figure it out against subs is you don't know what their depth is. So it's really only useful against, or at least predictable against a service boat. But the same logic for subs still applies. The conclusion is basically just stay as close to the layer as you can. Come left to course, 063, hell my. Steady on course, 063. Vampire inbound bearing, 107. Vampire inbound. TAO sonar soup, new track. I've had way too much time to practice those voices. Alright, speed it up there a lot. I might as well put some starboard tubes on the dude as well. But yeah, if we launch these torps right underneath the layer, we can probably sneak them up on them pretty good while we skedaddle and get the hell out of there. So zoom in at 55 knots, active torps. I wonder if it wouldn't hurt to throw in a passive. One passive a little slower behind him. May not hurt, because by the time he's evading the actives, the passive will just be like, yoink.
Steady on course.
I might try that.
063.
Or maybe just the 1-2 skittle will do with an active and a passive. Have the active go out first and the passive coming behind while he's evading, being like, yoink. I have to be the sonar officer again. The two most popular modern sub games. I will have my mark on them. All right, let's wrap this up. And what did it say? Oh, there's that T-Lam strike to do still. Yeah, it's fine. So call it. Yeah, it's going to take longer. We could probably get this done in an hour. Still just making sure we can't see him on the broadband yet. That's like danger Will Robinson territory. Yep, still a faint track. Still just a faint single frequency. Is the toad just straightened out? Nope. Yeah, just about. Just starting to straighten, so we should be starting to get good data here. There's your toad lump. There's the other toad lump. It seems to be coming right where I want it to on this solution here. if we're going to launch but right beneath the layer, we can launch from further out because he'll have less time to respond to the torp. Launch from 15,000 yards, just outside squall range. I mean, he could use standoffs too. Nothing saying he couldn't use standoffs unless he's too deep. Did they nerf the Stallion launch depth? I remember it being insane. Is that just blowing right into the mic? Stallion. Launch depth between 40 to 150 meters. Okay. 150 is still decent. That's still pretty deep. Still a pretty nice depth to launch from. That's insane. Is that real? I guess that would work fine as long as it's got like a nice buoyancy at the top of it. But it would have to hit the surface like pretty fast so it would pop above the surface so that engine could ignite, huh? I don't know. But if it's solid fuel, I guess it could probably ignite underwater. I don't know how it works. I am not a weapons engineer. A submarine weapons engineer. Alright, how's this looking? How's this looking? Okay, it's coming back in a different spot. Let's get a few more lines of data before we start. Let's see. This is all assuming same course. Sometimes they do just have separation on them. That's weird behavior. I need to examine that with truth sometimes and see what's going on with that. Well, I think we just need some more data, honestly. It's hard to draw. Sir, the data support no conclusions as yet. And that could just be... I mean, right now we're at plus or minus 2 degrees. We're talking very minute adjustments. Zooming in that far. Currently it's at 21,000 yards. 10 miles. I really want the point where they're all kind of going straight up and down and then kind of just take the mean. That about agrees with it. Maybe a little closer. Okay. I think when I shoot this dude, I'm just going to evade. I'm not going to try and be smart about it. And try and hear him at the same time. We'll just run away. Levels are low. Just get the mic closer to my mouth. I have a habit. Well, the reason the videos always come out so clean is because I post-process my audio tracks, and it raises the quiets and keeps the highs where they are. In the stream, I don't have that. I guess I could buy something that does that, but that's much more expensive than post-processing. The problem, the loudness of my voice correlates to how loud the game is. This is not a very loud game generally. If I'm playing like a first-person shooter with a lot of crap going on, or a strategy game, yeah, then I speak up so I can hear myself. My default voice is quiet. Decently quiet. I wouldn't say super quiet. And of course, the assumption is always that one course, one speed. Give me a ring, Vasily. Range to target, getting close. Layer 574. Launch from 600 feet. run this bearing for a little bit longer. I wish I had some more of that first data, but I don't. I was thinking about turning back across. We could just shoot from here, turn in a little bit, so the torps are basically going straight to him, and then we'll commence the evasion. We'll try the active passive 1-2 there. We'll try the active passive. All right, we got some good datas. Good datas. Let him get a little closer. Our level's better. You can hear better now. Let's come this way. I think they're about 15 degrees off axis. 10 or 15.
Come right to course 107. Helmi.
Let me make sure my mic is at the level I usually keep it at. Yeah, that's good. This is normally where I keep it for the streams. Okay. I was going to lower to 3 knots, but don't want to lower speed at a turn, because then they'll overshoot. If I did it at the beginning of the turn, I guess it would have been fine. Alright, let's take her down to 600 and get ready to launch these bad boys.
Make my depth 600 feet. Dive I.
Or are we closing out about 5 yards a second? Looks about right. 5 yards a second. 10 miles an hour. 12 miles an hour. 10 knots. 12 miles an hour, something like that. It's a slow world, the world of submarines. Alright, we'll be launching from starboard tubes. I'm going to assume... I should remember from last time which ones are which, but I don't remember. Alright, we're going to make you passive, speed 45. Depth upon enable, that's fine. At least in-game, yes. Running with tubes flooded and equalized does make more noise. Why it is modeled that way, I do not know, but I stumbled upon that running some experiments with Tamburello. With the tubes flooded and equalized, I could hear him from further away.
Steady on course 107.
Would make sense when the tubes are in the process of flooding or equalizing, potentially, but just running around with tubes flooded doesn't make any sense to me. Doors open, yeah, but just tubes flooded doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, we're down here. The toad is not yet, or is it? I don't see him, so maybe the toad is down here. 2 torps. No, you are passive, thank you kindly. 2 torps to run out, run to enable, that's fine. I'm not sure where the shadow zone's going to be. Maybe call it 2.5 miles. It all depends on his depth. We'll say... I'm going to say 2.5 miles. So he probably won't hear the torps until then. And I guess that's about when they're going to turn on anyway. Okay, so yeah, so this seems like the toad is indeed down here. Even though my depth toad array is broken. So we'll launch these bad boys and then we'll turn tail... Run that way. Skadoodle. Get on out of here. Let's bring the starboard toad in first.
Starboard toad array. Helmi.
Get that port toad out. We're going to want the port toad. And once it's just about in there, we can start firing point procedures here. Freaking water bottle just splashed into my face. But yeah, tubes just being flooded makes no sense to me as to why that would make noise. If they were partially flooded, maybe some sloshing. But if they're fully flooded, it should be fine. There shouldn't be a difference between that and just full of water. Just thinking about it shallowly, I'm not sure what would contribute to that or not. Yeah, it could be, or something they just didn't think about. Because I used to run around with flooded and equalized tubes all the time. But they don't, it's not like they mention anywhere that that's to your detriment to keep them not flooded and equalized, at least that I know of. Which tubes am I launching? 1 and 3? No, 2 and 4. Launch tube 2. Let me just make sure that they've not been switched back to active. Very well. Launch tube 2.
Launch tube 2. Aye, sir.
Let's start streaming this
Stream
port
the
towed
port
array.
towed array. Helm aye.
Launch tube 4.
Launch tube 4. Aye, sir.
And let's get our
Con sonar.
running
Left.
angle,
Running
2/3.
Helm aye.
Commence the boogie. Shit. Okay, so even are the port tubes. Oh well. Doesn't
Con
really matter too
sonar.
much.
Unit is running normally.
I think it's the opposite in the LA. I think the odds are the port tubes and the evens are the starboard tubes. Oh well. Alrighty. Standard.
All ahead standard. Helm aye.
And we'll stay tucked beneath the layer here where we got our evasion course coming. Basically due north. Yeah, they've had the same voices since Subcommand. I guess I still need to get back onto the 688i series. Maybe I'll just start streaming 688i. I seem to have more fun playing these games with the stream going. Do you guys want normal 688i videos, or do you want me to stream them? Oh, I don't want too much of this out. But yeah, this game has the invulnerable torpedoes. Not the invulnerable wires. I don't think I've ever seen a wire snap in this game besides from blowing up. I guess there's no point in me really keeping the doors open at this point. But why not? No reason not to.
Steady on course. 0, 0, 2.
Okay, that is my torp. Oh, give me the audio, please. If he launches any squalls, I want to hear that. Make that freaking weird ass noise. Man, look how much quieter that passive torp is at 45 knots. It's so much quieter than at 55. That's insane. Look at that. That thin line right there is your 45 knot torpedo. Man, that's almost worth launching them slow like that. It's much harder. Well, at least on the short term. On the intermediate, you can still see it, but it is much weaker. That is interesting. I can't even seem to see the difference on the toad. I don't know why that is. I can see him on the sphere. Okay, they're turning on at 6.5 miles. Alt H, turn my history on. Where do they start? Right here. Okay, they're turning on very close to him. That's fine. I might turn them on sooner. Maybe at 6. Maybe turn them on here. Maybe even sooner. It depends. It all depends when they come out of that shadow zone for the dude. But the first torp is kind of just to get him boogieing. The active is going to be the ace up the sleeve. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom again. Alrighty. At a certain point, I want to start running perpendicular in case it's going to launch standoffs. Because if they bracket you, you want to thread that needle. You don't want to. If you run at an angle, you'll run into one of the standoff torps if they bracketed you. But you want to run perpendicular through them. I guess I could finally make part 2 of the torpedo evasion tutorial for dealing with standoff weapons. I think the best course of action at that point is to run perpendicular, because they'll have your bearings, so they'll try and bracket you. Because when I got hit by the Kirov the last time I got hit by him, so before the last attempt where I didn't take any damage, I would have missed those torpedoes. So if all is going to plan, if he can't hear beneath the layer, he should not hear these torps yet. He should have no idea that these are coming. Should not have a clue. And maybe I should turn the active torp on sooner so he gets boogieing, so the passive has something to go after. Hey, Spraz, what's up, man? You're here for attempt number 2. This we're going up against the Yasin. Silent Steel? No. What is that? Is that World War II? All right, we're going to turn our buddy on here. And now we're going to run perpendicular.
Come right to course 043. Hail my.
130. Yeah, we're just about perpendicular. Yeah, so last time got really close to him. He got me with 2 squalls. He didn't sink me. Got me to 95% damage, but this time we're doing the longer range, tucked right underneath the layer. My first torp coming out is an active torp to get him moving, and then my second torp is the sneaky passive. So we'll see what happens.
Steady on course 043.
So we've lost contact with the active torp. He's now above the layer. Not seeing anything else on sonar. Except for the passive torp. Man, these torps, when you launch them slow, they really are much quieter. Like, just going from 55 to 45, it's got to be 50% quieter, just based on the size on the broadband there. Hey, shut up, A-Rank. Shut up. Alright, active torp has acquired. Let's go ahead and turn on the passive torp. Makes me think of James Bond, Tomorrow Never Dies. And now they're wondering why the torpedo hasn't exploded yet. That frickin' steel mouth worm thing with the blades. Because there's no news. Like bad news. Bearing to target 133. Yeah, 043, we're right perpendicular now. Torpedo maneuvering. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo has acquired. Ooh, ooh. Jankin' and jukin'. Jankin' and jukin'. Let's keep watching the sonar. Passive has gone above the layer. No sign of anything yet. Is our toe just now straightening out? Yeah, I guess so. Passive torp's coming in behind. Active torp is pursuing something. What is their base course? Base course is about 117. Active torp is maneuvering. Has not seemingly hit a countermeasure field. Active torp is coming right. That's too broad for a snake. That's not a snake. Well, they don't snake. The seeker head turns. Don't say torp. Alright, I won't say it. I was about to say it. Oh, the torp just went deep. It's out of cavitation. Oh, it looks like around 800 feet is cavitation for the 55 knotters. Do. That is our torp.
Con sonar. Loud explosion.
Wow.
Sierra 2. 9. Con sonar. Lost the wire. Tube 2.
Cool. Oh, well, if that torpedo was down there, that means dude would have been down there. Can I see dude on the narrowband history? No, I don't see dude. Hey, what's up, Lord Lobs? Yeah, I should start streaming some more DCS. The reason I hadn't been in first is because honestly, I don't know enough yet, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to look like a dummy, but I'm at the point where I can, start streaming some more. I think we got dude. I think dude has been got. We will slow.
All ahead 1/3. Helm I.
Passive torp is maneuvering. Probably getting near some countermeasures. I should have marked where that other torp was maneuvering. Not changing depth. It's going after something. It's not a... I mean, if that other torp hit the dude, he's dead. No sub survives a Mark 48. Do Typhoons need 2 Mark 48s in this game? I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll power run to the T-Lam launch. What's up, Brennan Cow? The emoticons are not coming through on this frickin' restream thing. I guess I should probably just turn this guy off, huh? If dude got hit, dude is dead. I'll need to reset anyway. Let's just turn this torp off.
Con sonar. The unit from Tube 4 has shut down.
I bet they're good. Alright, let's just drop them, because that solution is null and void. Alright, let's stream the wire. There's one that looks like Steve Bannon. I do not have any of those fancy Twitch bots or nothing. Slow to 3. Let's let that thing get to the surface quicker.
Make turns for 3 knots.
Retrieve the
Maneuvering
port
out.
towed array. Helm I.
If I had to choose one streaming thing going forward, I'm not sure which one I would choose. I guess YouTube. I seem to get more watchers on YouTube than Twitch, but I don't know. I don't know. If I only stream to YouTube, I could technically stream higher quality, which doesn't matter much for Dangerous Waters. Restream has like a stream limit of 6,000 kilobits per second. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Killing subs makes you hungry. Get that starboard out.
Stream the starboard towed array. Helm I.
This OPAREA has been a very great exercise for refining some tactics here in RA. Assuming there's a layer, you can do quite a lot with it. because the AI is not programmed to take advantage of the layer like that. It also helps to be the best nuke boat in the game. That also helps. I wish it would tell me the depth of the floating wire. That would always be nice.
Con radio, new message traffic received.
Woohoo! Alrighty. Let's book it to the frickin' TLAM launch zone. Give me a waypoint, just the closest point to the circle. Right there is good. I wonder if Ben has a trigger that you gotta be inside that to launch. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess Renical could probably tell me that. I should save, shouldn't I? Up area 1 reached 15. Yasin dispensed with. Huzzah!
All ahead 2/3. Helm I.
That
All
might be
ahead
too fast for the.
2/3.
Oh, that might
All
be
ahead
too fast for the
2/3.
wire.
Helm I. All ahead 1/3. Helm I.
Scusi. A scusi.
Make my depth 700 feet. Dive I.
Oh, why am I streaming this?
Retrieve the starboard
Bring it
towed
back
array.
in.
Helm I. All ahead 2/3. Helm I.
Alright, reload with T-Lams. I guess I should probably keep one. As torpedo. Why does that one keep going to harpoon? It keeps going to harpoon. What the heck gives? Oh, these numbers are freaking out. For right now, this adds up to 4. I definitely have 8. So I was like, what the heck's going on? But I guess it's like in reload limbo. Yeah, all right. If there is a trigger, it's going to be square size. So it's either going to be like, you know, a square that covers the outer radius or like a square that's like completely inside the circle. So we'll go into the circle a bit. Здравствуйте, как у вас дела? Oh, we can go faster
All
now.
ahead flank. Helm I.
How long is this going to take? Oh, buddy. 100 minutes? It's going to take about 12 minutes. 12 minutes to get there. For some reason, that was reminding me of, like, John F. Kennedy / Mayor Quimby. We'll get there in 12 minutes, then we'll launch our Tomahawk missiles at the target. Did that sound like something in Italian? Okay, can I put a T-Lam in you, please? That was weird. Хорошо. Ладно. Oh, now we got some TikTok time here. If you want to ask some random questions, go for it. About anything in particular. Except politics. Air is fine. I was wondering if I needed to recharge some air, but we're good. You can charge it back up to 100. So my phone's kind of old. It's about 3 years old. I need to get a new one. But I disabled a bunch of like the default apps recently, and it's actually a decent bit faster now, so that's good. But yeah, it used to be annoying, like in the morning when I know how to get to work, like, but I use the navigation because the Google navigation tells you about the traffic and all that stuff. So sometimes if I need to like reroute on the fly, but yeah, sometimes it would like in addition to like getting the music started over the Bluetooth and then getting the navigation started, it could take like 3 minutes. Sometimes it was annoying. I was like, this is taking way too long. Like I just want the phone if I'm in like Google Maps, like phone. Devote your attention to this app. Stop doing crap in the background right now. It's annoying. You got bit by a mosquito. Where's your lighter? What's going on? I'm confused. Just start driving on the shoulder and just blasting by everyone. There's one way to take the work that never has traffic, but it takes a toll road, so I try and take the not toll road way. But if there's just a hint of traffic on the not toll road way, I'll just take the toll road. It's almost like, it's about $2.60, $2.70, $2.70, that is, one way on the toll road. So I'll try and take the non-toll roadway, but in my old apartment, I was right at the end of the toll road, so I took the toll road every day. That was like $120 a month in tolls, but now I've cut that in half because I don't need to take it all the time. It's a lot of money for tolls, but there's never any traffic on that road because of the tolls. Yeah, my work is an average of about 25 miles drive. If I take the non-toll way, it's 20 miles. If I take the toll way, it's 30 miles. I thought I just heard like one of those low rumbling explosions in the game. Oh, hey, what's up, J-Dubs? J-Dubs Texas? J-Dub STX? Is it J-Dubs Texas, or are you a fan of, like, STX lacrosse sticks? Macallan 12. Is that a scotch? I'm not the biggest fan of scotch. I like bourbon. I like my bourbon, boys. Full optimization. J-Dubs, Texas. Well. How is Texas doing right now? It's very humid in Maryland right now. But sunny. Oh, Vadim. When I see your name, it makes me think of K-19. I love K-19. That's a great movie. But when the head nuclear engineer, when they're like leaving to go on the boat, and his girlfriend's like Vadim, like trying to get him at the fence, like just the way she says it is great. It's so Russian. Vadim. Oh yeah, I forgot you always talk about scotch. What is that from, like Anchorman? Like scotchy scotch, scotchy scotch. Oh, well, glad to have you here, yes. Latest and greatest from Sonalist, which isn't saying much. It's like 13 years old. God, is it really 13 years old? 13, 14? That's insane, dude. For like a while there, they were releasing them like every like 3 or 4 years, because he had 688i and then Subcommand and then Dangerous Waters. But they've pulled a Valve. 13 years. But it's not like they ever promised another game. Unlike Gabe Newell. I don't know that he ever. No, I mean, he said they were like back in the day. He used to say they were working on it, wasn't? Didn't he? Yeah. Oh, one of your hard drives just bailed out. Yeah, Dangerous Waters is great. You can play as an Oliver Hazard Perry, a frigate, or a P-3 Orion, or a Seahawk helicopter. And I'm playing right now with the Reinforce Alert mod, so you can play as all kinds of crap. All kinds of stuff. Even though the AI is a little wonky at this point, but it's still fine. That's a good flight distance. How fast do these missiles go? 500 miles an hour? It's going to take them about half hour to get there. And the ship dynamics are much better too, because in Sub Command the boat's always on rails, but there's actually like momentum in this game. So like, I'll show you.
Right full rudder.
So we'll do a right full rudder at flank here. I'll try and juxtapose it with the ground. So if we were doing this in Sub Command, we would have instantly started turning, and then if we switch back to a left full rudder, in Sub Command we'd start turning right back full left at this point. But see, we got some momentum. We got to cancel that out, and then we start turning back left here. So yeah, good ship dynamics in this game. More boats. It's good stuff. That was always a gripe of mine with Sub Command, is just on a rails. It's like, you're like right full rudder, you're like, and then you just tell it to stop, and it's just like, whoosh, just stops. Dude. Oh, I guess I got a rudder amidships before it'll... Okay, that's interesting. If you order a rudder over, it won't override your rudder order if you do resume waypoint follow. That's interesting. Because I was wondering why we were still frickin' swinging. Is Dangerous Water $7 right now? It's usually like 15 or 20. Fifi, have I played Fleet Command? No, I have not. I've played a little bit of Command Modern Air Naval Operations Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Long ass title. That was fine. That was alright. Wasn't really my cup of tea. Dude, hello. Alright, I'm just gonna reorder the waypoint at this point. It's just mucked. There you go. And then, no, I've not played Fleet Command. I played a little bit of that there, Naval Warfare Arctic Circle, and that was fine. That was kind of along the lines of Kamano Command, but with 3D stuff. I prefer the tactical command of one boat. I do think you could make the multiplayer for this really versatile. Be really cool if you could have like big battles, and you could like, even if you die, you could like hop to another platform, so you're not just like sitting there for the rest of the match. You could hop to other platforms, hop into someone's platform on the fly if they needed help with some multi-crew or something. Big servers where like battles are going real time, like 24/7, and like the AI would come in if you popped out and all that kinds of stuff. You could do some cool stuff with that. Someone get Jeff Bezos to give us like 10 million bucks to make the best sub sim all time. To come around, stay around. It would be difficult to play against me. I don't go full bore when I play against people in multiplayer. Full bore stresses me out. Multiplayer stresses me out. When I play multiplayer, I'm usually trying to like... This may be annoying to people. I try and like just like teach the whole time mostly. Yeah, the DW multiplayer system just needs a lot of work. And right now, the fact that once you're dead, you're done is very lame. Especially if you're the host. Like, ugh. But it is old. It's an older system, but I mean, they still had these kinds of things resolved at that point. There's not really an excuse. I guess they figured most people wouldn't be playing multiplayer. I don't know. Under icebergs, under ice vids, Zachary Hamilton. Yeah, I'm sure I do. You pretty much just gotta stay. You just gotta stay deeper than a certain point. Those icebergs are very gimmicky, or very finicky, rather. I wouldn't go shallower than. There's really no need to go shallower than like 500 feet in an ice mission. Just stay shallow. Or, not, sorry, stay deep. Stay deep, what am I saying? And keep your torpedoes deep, too, because they can run into icebergs and then they'll just disappear. They're like... And it's very annoying. But yeah, just keep everything deep. 500 feet. And sometimes the AI will go shallow and they'll run into icebergs. I think in Sub Command there's a mission where the Typhoon's trying to get to a Polinia. And it has like an escort sub or two. And the one time I played that mission, the Typhoon killed itself by running into an iceberg. Oh, okay. Yeah, Old Toothless. Yeah, my Red Storm Rising series has a bunch of under ice videos. It's been so long since I've done it. How long is that frickin' series? Like 80 videos? But they're all like 20-minute videos, but still. It's like 25 hours of content. I have so much Dangerous Waters content. It's not even funny. Let's go into the circle a little bit just to make sure we're inside any kind of trigger. They're all in stock. Most of my content is actually on stock DW. It took me a while before I started doing RA. And the Red Storm Rising campaign is decently hard in stock. I can't imagine what it would be like in RA. It's just got to be insane. I did die a bunch of times. Like, the level of Dangerous Waters play I'm at now was not where I was when I started. I obviously got better during that time just playing it so much. I started doing Dangerous Waters in the summer of 2013. It wasn't even when I started this channel on. I had uploaded a video on an older YouTube channel a few years before then that had like 60,000 views. No, it was like around 30 or 40,000. I was like, let me tap into that market. Because at first I was just doing first-person shooter games, and I was like, I might as well start some Dangerous Waters videos. And then you can instantly see, like, right from that upload date, everything just starts going up. Views, subscribers, watch time. It's all Dangerous Waters. Yes, in stock game, Trafalgar's and Akulas have the exact same, pretty much the exact same sound signature. The fifth frequency is a little bit different, but I don't know that you'd be able to tell in game definitively which one is which, because you can't zoom in on the higher frequencies. You can only zoom in on the lower frequencies. Like, you can't tell it to look at only 1500 to 2000, which is also another drawback, something that could be addressed. Alrighty, we're just about here at the launch basket. Let's get a T-Lam. Oh, I can't right-click to go back. Oh, it's doing the same harpoon crap. I might have to just launch this last T-Lam separately. Why is it giving me crap about the T-Lam? Oh, there you go. That was weird. Oh, fishing boat. Yes, sound like fishing boat. Yeah, they did that in the stock game too. So the fishing boat was the 51st frequency, and then the trawler was the 61st frequency. So if you're playing as America or Russian, it would throw you off there. Basically the equivalent of like the false contacts you got in RA now. Alright, we're here. Let's chill.
All ahead 1/3. Helm aye.
Get me to 100 feet here.
Make my depth 100 feet. Die by.
Watched all your vids. Thank you for teaching people this awesome game. You're welcome, Fifi. Oh, you subbed yesterday on Patreon? Was I notified of that? I'm supposed to get emails about that. I don't remember seeing anything. But thank you. Yes, that was my quintessential channel. Niche content. Alrighty. Let us turn north.
Come left to course 358. Helmi.
I guess we might as well just turn straight to the frickin' place.
Come left to course
Missiles just fly out straight.
318. Helmi.
Thank you, Zachary Hamilton. I appreciate the compliment. Oh yeah. Well, if the Russian is speaking English, then yeah, they should call it a typhoon. But I guess if they're speaking Russian, then we should hear them say akula, but then the subtitles should say typhoon. But we're getting into such a level of detail. Alright, let's speed it up, yes. Speed it up. We don't need to just sit around waiting for something to happen. Alright, did that last one get that T-Lamb? Yeah, buddy. Alrighty. About to get these bad boys kicking. Oh, we're coming all the way back across here. Big old turn. Pretty much coming about 180. Man, that ocean's crazy. And when you think about it, designing like things like T-Lambs and ballistic missiles that gotta pop up above a rough surface like this, designing them to still pop up above a rough surface like this, that's where the fun starts. That's who my channel is for. Yeah. I can be quite forgiving, though, when it's like, okay, it's a movie, it's got to do this way so people know what the heck's going on. That stuff is fine. If you make it too accurate, no one's going to freaking want to watch it. Or not necessarily too accurate, but too oh, what's the word? If you don't make it accessible enough. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I guess I shouldn't have been so lollygaggly, doodly woodly. Let's go ahead and just stream it out. I mean, I'm sure someone would have heard me flanking around. Alright, well, let's, when we steady course here, I'm going to slow down a little bit. But let's get these bad boys queued up. We'll get them counterclockwise here. Destruct range 1, good, that's the default setting. I want them, oh, wait. Okay, we'll figure that out. We want that to be 4. So if you have T-Lam issues, here you go. Destruct range corresponds to which waypoint you want the missile to strike at. So when it defaulted to 1, that means the missile's going to hit the first waypoint. So this is at waypoint 4. So I set it to 4. I think if you come to these, you can press
Steady
delete.
on course 318.
Okay. I thought you could press delete and get rid of these little waypoints. But yeah, we want it to waypoint 4. So we set destruct range to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Conversely, I guess you could just also do this. Engage with. But I'll set it up this way. We'll give a tube to each. You get a T-lam, you get a T-lam. Everybody gets a T-lam. Alright, slow down.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering I.
I'm doing what my weapons officer should be doing. That's fine. Boop. Alrighty, all missiles have their waypoints. All destruct ranges are correct. We're ready to get this show started here. Alrighty, what do we got on the toad here? That is me. Scusi. Scusi. Alright, we'll do a quick sweep. But I don't think anything's here. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, yeah, I'll save. 16. Before T-lam launch, yo. Alright, let's kick the tires and light the fires here. Tube 1, fire.
Launch tube 1. Aye, sir.
What is that from one of those Star Trek movies? Captain Kirk's like, fire.
Launch tube 2. Aye, sir. Launch tube 3. Aye, sir.
We can watch the door open. Oh, that's fun. I didn't realize it, like, folds up like that.
Launch tube 4. Aye, sir.
Oh, I'm glad that worked, Fifi. You playing right now? Oh, what the heck? One of those missiles just frickin' failed.
Launch tube 5. Aye, sir.
It's fine. It's fine. If that target doesn't get blown up because of that, whatever.
Launch tube 6. Aye, sir.
Yeah, that's true. I can start closing doors.
Launch tube 7. Aye, sir. Launch tube 8. Aye, sir.
Nothing on sonar.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
Alrighty, all missiles are away besides one, which frickin' malfunctioned. The one out of tube 3. I saw it go like, derped out. And these puppies are cruising.
my depth 400 feet. Dive I.
Alright, we'll just turn auto crew on, because I just want to watch the missiles. We will delegate that responsibility to the computer. Like a good captain, we will delegate. Yeah, I forgot about the weapon failures. I should have brought one more T-Lam. Or two more, I guess, if I wanted to be a little paranoid. We still got frickin', what, 13 torps left? This thing is a goddamn beast of an anti-sub. This thing is the equivalent of a superiority fighter, dude. The Seawolf here, man. Forget about it. 50 Mark 48s in addition to missiles and stuff. Did we come with 50? It might be 50 overall, but still, that's a lot. Oh my god. That is terrible, Zachary. TMI. Yeah, I need to eat lunch. All I've had is brunch so far. I'm getting hungry.
Come right to course 092. Hell my.
What, the torpedoes? What do you launch out? Oh, I was wondering what the heck was going on with my line of missiles that are all separating out. So the Tube 3 guys are going after the second target. Okay. Second target should be fine with one T-Lam, which is a little shack. Look how tiny those doors are. Or how big those doors are. First building's just a little barracks.
Steady on course 092.
Third building's like a little headquarters thing, and the fourth one's a power plant. That was a weird looking power plant. Looks like one of those power plants from Fallout 3 or something. Alright, but we should be good even with that torpedo or the Tomahawk malfunction. Oh, here's how long we've been going. The age of this is 25 hours. It's been almost a day in mission time. It's a busy day. Compressed gas launch. Yeah, sometimes it is a compressed gas launch. Ugh. Do I know anything about how Turcom's guidance works? What the heck is Turcom's? I guess not, if I don't know what Turcom's is. Maybe I do know. I'm definitely not familiar with the acronym off the bat. They have a, at the Air and Space Museum in DC, they have a Tomahawk on display. It's pretty big. Pretty big. It's not like one of these Tomahawks, it's like the model ones, got like Raytheon on it, it's like orange and stuff. Is Turcom's like the fact that, like, you know, pre-GPS it would like have a map of like terrain in it and compare what it's seeing to the terrain for navigation? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It has a, yeah, it's got like the terrain 3D modeled in the computer, so it like looks out and compares what it's seeing to what's modeled in the computer and guides itself that way. Did I lose one of these missiles again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 5 missiles. Did 2 others fail in flight? Are you kidding me? Here comes the rain. It looks like more missiles failed. God damn it. If they had this real failure rate, like, forget about it. It's an insane failure rate. Boom. Oh, let's get that floating wire streaming. You want to make sure your Tomahawks are spaced far enough apart. If they're not, they'll blow each other up if they're too close. Which I think is very unrealistic, but that's fine. Oh, they had to fly over a bit of known terrain shortly after launch. That's interesting. Oh, did they just like initially use the terrain and then just inertial guidance from there? I was under the impression it was comparing the entire flight. Yeah, we had frickin' 2 more of those missiles fail in flight. That's too much. Is there a way to modify what the I'm not opposed to the weapon failure probabilities, but it should be higher. Like 3 Tomahawks out of 8 fail. Seems a little high to me. What was that, like 38% failure rate? Powie. Hey, Cod Raven. Yep, I got the wire going out now.
Con radio, new message traffic received.
Armory knocked out, broadcast destroyed. This thing may not... Oh, well, this one didn't get anything hit against it because both Tomahawks for that one failed. And then one of them failed for this, but we got both of those taken out. Tomahawk. Hey, you got the Tomahawk there, latte. Okay, continuous. Armory knockout. Oh, there's a power plant. Oh, I went a little past it. That should be fine. Don't they do a pop-up? I thought I remember them in the game doing like a... Powie. The power plant might be a little more resilient. Didn't the airfield originally took like 8 T-LAMs to destroy, but I think the RA guys changed that to 4. Even though there is no airfield in here, the power plant might still be up, but it ain't operating. Even if it's not completely destroyed, it ain't operating right now. Okay, we're not gonna get an update about that. That one. Well, it's still up there. Yeah, I guess we didn't destroy that one then. That's fine. All right. Very good. So that is it. We are done the op area. Took a while, but we are done the op area. Oh, the power plant won't blow up at all? Very well. All right, well, I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been fun. This has been a good one. Thanks to you, Ben. We'll start working on this mission there. And, yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And as always, good hunting.